finest. Drug dealer dream, red jag rim shining. 4 shooters riding in the trucks right behind.
What's good, y'all? Fist Vegas, the hardest voice of sports. Go ahead, hit that like button and subscribe to the Fist Schooner while you at it. Y'all know what time it is. If you ain't with it, you best get with it. Now let's rock. Listen, hit the sub button, baby. Hit that sub button. Join this Fist Schooner army and get Fist Schooner tough. Okay, the good times are back, man. Me preaching prosperity and hope is back. No more this team is trash. No more we suck. No more depressing content. Okay? I'm back to preaching prosperity. Okay? Happy days are here. I don't even know who the new GM is. I don't even know who the new head coach is going to be. But Giants fans, believe you me, it can only go up. There's no way we can get worse than negative 10 passing yards versus the Bears or QB sneaking on 3rd and 9 versus Washington. We can't get any worse as a franchise than that. We just can't. Not including free medium sodas. We can't get much worse than the 2021 season. This season goes down in New York Giants infamy. This is the... All right. I'm 32. I was born in 1989. I wasn't alive for the 70s. The 2021 season is going to be to my generation, like the 21 through 32, whatever you are, like this little decade group between the 80s and the 90s. This is our 70s. The way our uncles and our fathers and grandfathers, the way they talked about the 70s is how we're going to talk about 2021. Okay, it's that bad. 30 years from now, we're going to tell our kids, well, it's not 3rd and 9 QB sneak bad. It could always be 2021, children. Relax. Okay? So with that being said, we got to talk about these coaches, man. Yesterday, Joe Judge was fired. And it's funny because I was in the process of uploading my Aaron Rodgers video. Because Aaron Rodgers had buried Joe Judge on the McAfee show. And if y'all still want to see that video, I already uploaded it. It's private on my channel. I can give it to y'all like Saturday or something like that. It's a bonus video. So if you want to hear my take on Aaron Rodgers making fun of the Giants, just let me know. And I'll give it to y'all Saturday or something like that. It's a bonus video. But when Joe Judge is fired, all I could do is breathe. A sigh of relief. Like someone had a gun to my hand and it jammed. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody had a gun pointed at your head. You think you about to die and the gun jammed. You just breathe. You don't jump up and do a backflip. You don't look like Kobe or Jordan after they win a chip and jump 50 feet. No. You breathe a sigh of relief like, thank the good Lord, I'm alive. And that's how I felt when Judge got fired. I just breathed. And now we can talk about new coaches. Alright, now we can get into the coaching search. Now, I got 3 names that are at the top of this Vegas list. Now, before I get to those 3 names, here's a couple honorable mentions. Just a couple honorable mentions. I would not mind Bill O'Brien. A lot of people make fun of Bill O'Brien. I made fun of Bill O'Brien, but I made fun of Bill O'Brien, the GM. Bill O'Brien, the GM, is bad. Bill O'Brien, the coach, was pretty damn good. He won that division, 4-6 times, something like that. Bill O'Brien won that division a lot and never had a quarterback until he got Deshaun. He won the division before Deshaun got there. Bill O'Brien's a damn good coach. He built a great program in Houston. I like him. Shout out to him. Okay? Another honorable mention. I wouldn't mind Josh McDaniels because we need an offensive guy, but more importantly, I feel like if Josh McDaniels is not the GM, it works. I think what went wrong in Denver with Josh McDaniels is he had too much power, like trading Brandon Marshall, trading Jay Cutler. He was allowed to do too much. So I feel like if he's on the Giants, I think he'll chill the hell out and just coach the team. He could fix the offense. I wouldn't mind that. You know what I'm saying? Another honorable mention is probably going to be Mike Zimmer. Wouldn't mind having Mike Zimmer on here. He went to an NFC Championship game with the Vikings. He knows how to coach defense. He's disciplined, and he's a veteran. Wouldn't mind Mike Zimmer. So those are my honorable mentions. But the three I narrowed it down to who I want to see as the Giants head coach is number one on the list, obviously, Jim Harbaugh. He's got to be number one. Just off the simple fact that this Giants team reminds me of that 49er team that he took over in 2012, I believe. I think it was 2011. No, it was a 2011 season, I believe. He took over the 49ers, and he turned that franchise around at the snap of a finger. These guys were in the NFC Championship versus the Giants in Harbaugh's first year. He took a team that was a laughing stock. You had can't win with them, can't coach with them, can't do it. Who was that? That was Mike Singletary. Yeah, they went from the Mike Singletary rant on Vernon Davis to an NFC Championship game overnight. Like, Jim Harbaugh turned that franchise around overnight. Everybody thought Alex Smith was a bust. He was trash. He turned Alex Smith around. Imagine what he could do with Daniel Jones. Frank Gore, they thought he was washed. Turned him around. Maybe he could turn around Saquon. Jim Harbaugh loved to pound that rock. You know what I'm saying? So, I like that. I like the idea of Jim Harbaugh, tough guy, proven winner on the college level and on the professional level. I know he didn't win a Super Bowl, but shit, 3 NFC Championship games and a Super Bowl appearance, that sounds like a winning head coach in my eyes. I don't know about y'all, but that sounds like a winner in my book. So, I like Jim Harbaugh. I also like Jim Caldwell. Jim Caldwell had Detroit going to the playoffs and had a winning record with Detroit. I think every year he was there. Didn't they win 8 or 9 games a season for the 3 years that Jim Caldwell was there? They were a winning organization under Jim Caldwell, and he got fired. I'm just going to pull the black card because it's the same thing with Brian Flores. Black coaches don't get a chance to not make the playoffs. Black coaches can have winning records and get fired. Jim Caldwell got fired with a winning record from Detroit. When's the last head coach to have a winning record in Detroit? Jim Caldwell turned around the Lions. He could turn around the Giants. Also, Jim Caldwell proved he didn't need Peyton Manning to be a successful head coach. He was 15-1 with Peyton Manning, went to a Super Bowl. Then he goes to Detroit and turns that shithole around. And they loved him in Detroit. Matthew Stafford, Calvin Johnson, and Ndamukong Suh, those boys swore by Jim Caldwell. I think he'd be a good fit for the Giants. Last but not least, my man Brian Flores. Allegedly, Brian Flores was fired because he voiced his opinion too much. He didn't like Tua. He wanted Justin Herbert. The front office wanted Tua. He also said, I want Deshaun Watson. He basically got fired because he didn't like Tua Tagovailoa. They chose Tua and the GM over Brian Flores. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, fist unit soldiers of all ages, this man swept Bill Belichick. He swept Bill Belichick this season. He beat him in the opener. He beat him in the closer. I'll take that. If you're good enough to sweep Bill Belichick, I want you on my team. He embarrassed Lamar Jackson earlier this year. Embarrassed him. Blew out Joe Judge. Not like that's saying something, but just trying to make a point. He's an upgrade over Joe Judge. The guy was 1-7 and finished 9-8. How, Sway? How? You know what I'm saying? Like, the dude is amazing. He's amazing. Brian Flores is amazing. And on top of that, he's a Patrick Graham guy. Allegedly, Patrick Graham is in limbo right now because we gave him an extension last year. I don't know what's up with Patrick Graham. But the Giants front office, they love Patrick Graham or whatever. I wouldn't be shocked if we kept Patrick Graham on the staff if we brought in Brian Flores because he had already coached under Brian Flores. So, I mean, 1 + 1 = 2. But those are my 3 head coaches that I would love to see on the Giants. And those are my honorable mentions. Also, Jim Harbaugh wants personnel say. I wouldn't mind hiring Jim Harbaugh and then getting a GM that he wants to work with. If the Giants, if John Mara said we're gonna hire Jim Harbaugh and we're gonna let him have a say in the general manager hiring, he's gonna be in the meetings when they hire the general manager, kind of like Pete Carroll, kind of like Kyle Shanahan. I'm with that as well. If they wanted to hire Jim Harbaugh tomorrow and then conduct the rest of their GM search, I'm cool with that. I trust Harbaugh that damn much. But that's it. That's all, fellas. I ain't got nothing else to say on the situation. Thank God Joe Judge is gone. Definitely gonna have a Joe Judge video probably tomorrow, because there's a lot of stories about Joe Judge coming out that we gotta speak on. we gotta speak on some of the crazy shit they're saying about Joe Judge. But that's it. That's all. Subscribe to the unit if you're rocking with me. My name is Fist Vegas, and I approve this message.